My name is Melanie, and we'll go ahead and get started. So in that comfortable seated position, close your eyes if you'd like, relax those shoulders away from your ears, and just let your palms rest anywhere, either along your shin bones, your thighs, or even down to the sides. Begin by drawing a full breath in through your nose. And then you'll exhale to sigh that breath out. Just a couple more, inhaling through the nose, feeling your belly expand like a giant balloon. And exhale, sighing that breath out, letting it go. Last cleansing breath in. As you get to the peak of that breath, try to sip in just a tiny more air. And then as you exhale, releasing from the mouth and then drawing the navel towards the spine. When you're ready, take your tongue, lick those lips, seal them to one another, very soft, and then begin breathing in and out of your nose. As you begin breathing in and out of the nose, imagine that breath pulling in from your low belly through the diaphragm and up to your heart. And as you release that breath, releasing it from your heart through the abdomen until you get to that low place in your belly. Continue that breath work, just noticing as you breathe in how your spine grows nice and tall and you can relax those shoulders. And as you exhale, how everything begins to settle through the hips, into the sits bones, and rooting yourself into the earth. Become aware of the thoughts that enter into your mind and make no qualms about them in either direction, whether they're good or bad. Acknowledge the breath that's entering and releasing from your body. Give yourself a little bit of grace, some love, and gratitude for the day, for the being you are. Tuning into the sound of your breath. Noticing if you're inhaling long and if it's smooth, or if it still feels a little rigid and you're having a difficult time taking a full inhale in. Regardless of which it is, just own it and accept it for what it is in this moment. Know that with time, your own natural rhythmic breath, whether it's that Ujjayi pranayama or that oceanic breath or that natural inhale, will be what it is. Unclenching the jaw, softening the tongue within the mouth, relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. You'll be here for a few more inhales and exhales, just decompressing and allowing yourself to arrive in this space that you've created. Begin to ponder in your mind what you'd like to set for your intention this morning. If it's an affirmation you prefer to practice with, allow it to guide your love, your light, and your energy, whether it's inward, retaining it for yourself, or if it's sharing some of it. Whatever you decide on, just let it be authentic. Let it be true to your higher purpose, to your needs. And as you draw this next breath in, draw it in fully. And as you draw that breath in fully, lift and rise up nice and tall. And as you exhale, open mouth sigh, letting that breath go. Returning back to that oceanic breath, fluttering your eyes open, you'll inhale, circle sweep those arms out to the sides and up to the sky, allowing those palms to kiss, and then we'll exhale, bring our hands into prayer and at our heart space. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, roll those shoulders down. Inhale, sweeping those arms up towards the sky. You'll exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down, expanding through the collarbone, feeling your elbows pulled towards the back of the room. Inhale, those arms reach up. Exhale, that right hand goes to that right side, and you'll extend the left fingertips towards that right edge, pressing the palm into the earth, pushing through this left side. Pull that shoulder away from your ear, so letting your left shoulder release away from your ear. Draw a breath in, soft bend of your right elbow. Let that breath go. As you take your next breath in, pressing through the earth, lift both arms back up towards the sky. And then exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down, lifting once more, opening up your heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, that left hand releases the right fingertips, extend towards this left edge of the room. Shoulders away from the ear. Maybe you decide to move your neck down and then up, or maybe you find a little more stillness. One more breath here, letting that breath go. As you take your next breath in, both arms reach back up towards the sky, and we'll exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. On our next inhale, the arms reach up, and we'll exhale, relax the shoulders away from our ears and twist open towards that right side. Let your right hand rest somewhere behind you and that left hand rest on your right thigh. Press into the earth as you anchor yourself through the sits bones, lift through the crown of the head. Neutralize your gaze. So do your best not to tilt your chin up or to tuck your chin down. Instead, just look directly towards that right side. One more inhale here. Connect the navel towards the spine, and then exhale. You're welcome to look over your shoulder if it feels good. As you take your next breath in, look to that right side, lift your right arm up, angle your vision as well as your shoulder towards this top left corner. Draw a full breath in here. Let that breath go. Inhale once more, letting that breath go. As you take your next breath in, use your core as you lift that right arm up, and you'll cross this right hand towards this left thigh. Lift the knees up if you'd like, or press the thighs down if you prefer. Draw a breath in, and then you'll exhale, dome your spine, catting it back, extending those arms nice and long. Inhale, lifting your chest, bending those elbows, pulling either to the back or to the sides. Exhale, dome your spine, curling it back. Inhale, lift your heart forward. Once more, exhale, dome it back. And inhale, bring it forward. And then neutralize the spine. As you neutralize the spine, extend your arms, cross or extend this right arm on top of the left a little bit more. Wrap those arms around your back. Let your fingertips curl so that you can feel your shoulder blades. Or if you prefer eagle arms, take eagle arms instead. Your choice. Draw a breath in. And as we exhale, we'll gently fold the heart forward. Maybe your elbows touch the ground. Maybe they don't. It's up to you. Draw a full breath in here. Let that breath go. And then inhale, begin to lift. Extend the elbow heads up towards the sky as you gaze up. Exhale, bow it back down. Notice what's going on with your low back, maybe even the glutes or the hamstring glute attachment. Inhale, lift it up nice and slow. Take your time. There's no rush. And then exhale. Last time we bow it down. We'll breathe in here. We'll let that breath go. And then we'll inhale, begin to lift and rise up. And as we lift and rise up, circle sweep those arms or releasing eagle arms up towards the sky. Exhale, twist open towards that left side. As you look over towards that left side, anchor the body firmly into the ground. Breathe in through your nose, neutralize your gaze. And then on that exhale, look over your left shoulder if it feels good on your low back. One more inhale here. Let that breath go. On your next breath in, look to that left side, extend that left arm up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, angle your fingertips and your shoulder and your gaze towards that top right corner. Keep that left thigh down, feel that long extension through this left side of your body. One breath in and that breath out. And then inhale, we begin to lift and rise up. On our exhale, we'll cross this arm, left arm towards that right side. Again, press down or lift up, your choice. Breathe in through the nose, wiggle if you need. And then exhale, dome your spine, feel yourself press out of your back. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale, take that spine back. Inhale, bring it forward. Once more, we'll go back. And we'll go forward. And then we'll inhale, neutralize. And as we neutralize, our hands stay in this X. We'll cross this left arm over the right, bear hug or your eagle arms. Remember, if you're in eagle arms, keep your fingers extended wide versus crunching them into a fist. Draw a full breath in, protract or feel your elbows or your fingertips reaching either up towards the sky or the elbows forward. One breath in, and then we'll exhale, bow it down. Inhale, you'll lift it up. You can let the elbows or the fingertips reach up as you gaze up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, we lift. And exhale, we return back down. Stay here for a breath in. Stay here for a breath out. And then on our next inhale, we'll begin to lift and rise up, releasing our arms, circle sweeping them up towards the sky. And on that exhale, our palms will kiss, hands come into prayer and at your heart space. Draw a breath in. Close your eyes if you'd like, and then exhale, release those palms to your side. Switch the direction that you have your legs crossed now. So opposite foot goes inward. When you're ready, we'll inhale, sweep those arms up once more. Exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down, knit your ribs so that you stay nice and tall. Inhale, those arms reach up. This time, exhale. Take your right hand down to the right side. Take that left hand around the ear, and then drop this left ear towards this left shoulder. Extend the fingertips if you'd like, or maybe bring the palm to your thigh if you prefer. If you want to imagine you're turning a doorknob, you can, so that we can release the side of the neck, the shoulder, those little scalene muscles. A breath in through the nose, and that breath out of your nose. If your arm is floating off the mat, exhale, release it down to the ground. Inhale, allow your left arm to extend up, neutralize that gaze, both arms reaching up. Exhale, your elbows will pull down. Inhale, we'll lift our arms back up. We'll exhale, switch it out. Left fingertips down to that left side. Right hand rest around the left ear. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Do whatever you need to with your fingertips or your arm as you're breathing in through your nose and you're breathing out of the nose. And the eyes can remain closed or you can flutter them open, whatever feels most appropriate in your body. Draw a full breath in. Let that breath go. And if your arm is out floating, exhale, release the left fingertips down. Inhale, your right arm extends up, neutralize that gaze, circle and reach that left arm up towards the sky. And we'll exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. On our next breath in, our arms reach up. We'll bring both the right and the left hand to our shoulders. So as they come to our shoulders, breathing in, pull the elbow heads back and down. Imagine you're spreading your collarbone nice and wide, and then begin to bring this right elbow forward, left elbow follows suit, almost like you're just swimming or paddling with just the elbows. Maybe drop your chin towards your chest. And as the chin comes towards the chest, it might feel good to release the spine. And then switch that direction out. So now backstroking or a semi backstroke. Maybe you tilt your gaze up, or maybe you continue to look down towards your legs, whichever feels right for you. And then we'll inhale, pause. And as we pause, arms reach up towards the sky. And we'll exhale, release our hands in front of us, bowing down as we allow the chest to come close to the earth. A breath in through the nose and a breath out of the nose. As you take your next breath in, press the palms into the mat, slide your hands towards your shin bones, 3 soupy grinds to that right side. So inhale your chest to the right corner, exhale your breath and take your spine back and around. Couple more circles, so 2 more. And if you want more, take more. It's your choice. This is your hour, your class. You're the instructor within yourself. When you're ready, switch it out. So breathe in and take your heart towards that top left corner and then around to the right. Circles can be large or they can be small. You can take more than 3. When you're ready, returning to center. If you're still working on your soupy grinds in either direction, enjoy them. But when you decide it's time, go ahead and allow yourself to come down onto your hands and knees. So extend those legs forward, sweep them to the back, and then work those knees down to the mat and let your palms come down as well. Wiggle your hips from right side to left side. And as you wiggle those hips from right side to left side, take your left hip over towards that left edge of the room and then look over your right shoulder. As you look over that right shoulder, breathe in fully. Let that breath go completely. And then inhale, neutralize that gaze. Exhale, push your right hip over towards the right side and look over your left shoulder now. Another inhale here. And that exhale here. And then inhale, come back to center. As we return to center, tuck the toes under. Send the weight of the body back as we stretch the bottom of our feet. As we stretch the bottom of our feet, we can exhale and roll our toes out to the edges. And if you prefer not to, then that's perfectly fine as well. If you rolled them out to the edges, you can stay there. Or if you prefer, roll them back towards midline. 2 more if you'd like. Exhale, they go out. Inhale, they come back in. And last one, exhale, they roll back out. and inhale, they roll back in. As you take your next breath in, slide the weight forward, lift your feet off the mat, a couple of circles with your ankles in each direction, and then take the tops of your feet and kind of pat them on the mat just to bring back a little bit of sensation and blood flow. Pausing there, as you pause here, tuck all 10 toes under. As you tuck all 10 toes under, you'll inhale, extend that right leg behind you. As that right leg extends behind you, notice if it's up high. If it's up high, drop it down, pressing your belly up towards the spine, and then releasing your hand back down if you had lifted it up. Take a full breath in, and we'll exhale, tap the knee towards the elbow. Right knee, right elbow. Exhale, tap again, bringing your chin towards your chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. Now this time you're going to cross it over towards the left side. So if you need to adjust your stance, adjust it. Take a breath in, looking towards that left side. You'll exhale, cross the knee to the left edge. It does not have to touch the elbow, but it's somewhat in that area. One more. Exhale, and then inhale. As you exhale, releasing your right foot to the left side, press the hip over towards that right edge. Draw a full breath in here. Arms are extended nice and long. This back right leg is nice and long as well. Let that breath go. Inhale, keep your legs the way they are, but look to the top of the mat. Bend that right knee behind your left. Send the blades of your feet out to the edges, and we'll exhale. Work the weight of the body back to where your chest is resting on your thighs and that left knee has lifted off your mat. Take a full breath in here. Maybe drop your chin towards the kneecap or allow the gaze to bead towards the top of the mat if that feels better for you. One more inhale here. And that exhale here. As you take your next breath in, press your palms into the mat. Walk your hands towards your knees and then let the weight or let gravity allow your bum to rest down on the back end of the mat. Those legs are still stacked, so you have your right knee and your left knee in line with your sternum. On an inhale, we'll extend those arms up. We'll bend this right elbow, take the tip of the right elbow with our left hand. Allow yourself to look over towards this left edge if you're feeling okay with your neck and your shoulder. You can even use your right hand to squeeze that trap if you have any tension through your neck, or maybe even just your thumb pressing into the trap. A full breath in and that full breath out. On your next inhale, look directly forward, and as you look forward, allow this right hand to pat your back. Take your left arm up if it feels okay. Bring that left hand down and around, either grabbing or interlacing your fingers or using your hands to hold onto your shirt or grabbing a strap if you prefer. Drop this left shoulder down. Let your hand rest at the small of the back if you prefer. One more inhale here, and then we'll exhale, lowering down, bowing towards the legs. Pressing through the blades of your feet. Try to release that low spine, especially this left side. Feel the weight of the body get heavier as gravity gently pulls you down. So it's that soft, natural tug. One more breath here. The hands aren't interlaced, no biggie. As you take your next inhale, start to lift your chin, working the weight of the body into a neutral spine. We'll release and extend this right arm up towards the sky. Right hand goes behind us. And now go ahead and grab elbows. As you grab those elbows, you'll exhale, look over towards that right side. Draw a breath in. Let that breath go. And then on our next inhale, we'll release the gaze forward and extend those arms up towards the sky. If your shoulders need a little bit of love, maybe you allow your arms to go up and down, or you can pull them down into cactus, whatever you need to do. But when you're ready, extend them back up towards the ceiling and then counter twist or twist open towards that left side. Just release that low spine. Draw a full breath in here. Let that breath go. As we take our next breath in, our arms are coming into a letter T. And as they come into that letter T, bend those elbows. And now allow yourself to twist like a washing machine back and forth. Pause when you're ready in the center. Release your hands down. As you release your hands down, you might want to catty corner them, or you may want to just rock back and then let yourself return back onto the palms, lowering that left knee down, taking your right leg behind you, hooking your left toes to the left edge, leaving that left palm down on the ground, and then inhale side plank as that right arm reaches up. Press through the blade of your right foot, feel the length through the tibialis, and then extending your fingertips towards the top edge of your mat. Look anywhere it feels good for you. Draw a breath in here. Let that breath go. On your next inhale, extend your arm up towards the sky. Stay here if you prefer, or lift and float your leg off the ground. Curl that heel in towards your body. If you'd like, reach back, grab the ankle. If you prefer to tuck your knee in, slide your hand down to your shin bone until you connect with your ankle if you'd like. Send your kneecap away from the body, bow or arch your spine. Draw a full breath in through your nose here. Let that breath go. Another full breath in, and we'll let that breath go. On our next inhale, release, extending the arm and the leg. Drop the blade of your right foot down, spin your right hand around, rotate the hips so that now you're pointing directly on your left knee and your right leg extended. Send your right leg out to the right edge of the room. Send your left toe slightly towards that right side. Walk your hands just so that they're centered. And then let your body roll back and forth. As you roll back and forth, notice what's going on with the inner thigh or maybe even your glute. When it feels comfy for you, slide the weight of the body back. Bow your chest down. Extend those arms forward. And if you prefer, keep your hips elevated. Your forearms can come down to the mat instead. Whichever one gives you the most release, the sensation that feels right within your body. If anything feels painful or there's discomfort, then I encourage you to change where you're at. One more breath in here, and then releasing that breath out. When you're ready, rise back up so that you're back on your right knee, and then, on your left knee, slide that right foot in, step your right foot in between your right and your left thumb. As you step that foot in between the right and the left thumb, just let your peace fingers anchor into the mat. Feel yourself hug the right hip back and keep the toes pointing forward. Only when you're ready, bring that right palm to your right thigh, bring that left palm to your thigh as well. Inhale when you're ready, circle sweep it all the way up. As you circle sweep it all the way up, you'll exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down, press to the top of your left foot and pull your left hip forward, feeling the length through the front of the thigh. One more inhale here. Let that breath go. And then inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands will come down. They'll frame this front foot. As we frame this front foot, we'll curl the left toes, lift that left knee up. And then inhale, let your right arm reach up towards the sky. Keep your hips low so that you can feel that length through the hip flexor. Bringing your right hand to your right hip, breath in, look over the shoulder, and breath out. Inhale, extend and release that right arm up and then back and down. Drop that left knee down to the mat. Slide your right foot behind you as that right foot comes behind you. Return the knee into that tabletop position, wiggling the hips from right side to left side. Palms stay down on the mat. Send the weight of the body forward. As you send the weight of the body forward, soft bend of your elbows, hugging the ribs, and then exhale, lower your chest all the way down to the ground. As your legs extend back, take your hands out beyond your mat, either fingertips press into the ground or the palms gripping into the earth with your fingers. Inhale, you'll lift your chest up for that modified Cobra. Stay here for the exhale. Stay here for the inhale as you relax your glutes. And then exhale, lower the heart all the way back down. Inhale, lift it up. Pull the shoulders away from the ears till you have that soft bend of your elbows if you need, or they can be straighter. And then you'll exhale, release the right shoulder down to the middle of the mat, look to the left side. Maybe you slowly rotate that right shoulder up, back, and down. One more inhale here. And exhale. And then inhale, come back to center. You'll exhale when you're ready, releasing that left shoulder down, looking to the right side. Shoulder can shrug up, back, and down. One last breath in. And that breath out. On your next inhale, returning back to center, looking forward with a big giant smile. You'll exhale, release the chest down to the ground. As your chest comes down to the ground, the palms come to your breastbone, hug the elbows in, tucking those toes under. Inhale, plank pose on your knees. To exhale, child's pose, big toes together, send those knees out nice and wide, and relax or release your heart towards the ground. Big breath through the nose. Open mouth sigh if you'd like. If your forehead is resting on the mat, feel free to massage the space between your eyebrows as you rock your head from temple to temple. Relax and release the weight of the body towards the heels and to the ground. One more breath here. and breath out. As you take your next inhale, lift back up into that tabletop position. As we come into tabletop position, we'll take 3 rounds of cat-cow. So tuck those toes under. Inhale, soft bend at the elbows as the belly releases, the chest drops down, and we'll tilt the chest and chin up. On our exhale, we'll dome that spine, catting it up, pressing the earth away from us. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale when you're ready to cat it up. And one last round. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, catting it up. On our next inhale, we'll neutralize that spine. And as we neutralize the spine, let yourself wiggle slightly if it's necessary for your body. Maybe even lift the wrist off the mat if you'd like, a couple of circles in either direction. And then returning those palms back down to the ground. Curling all 10 toes under. Keep the right one stabilized. You'll inhale, extend that left leg behind you. As that left leg comes behind you, allow the abdomen to get strong. So if you need to lift your hand, that right hand, and pat your belly, you can, but then bring it back down to the mat. We have 3 knee taps to that right side. So breath in, and then exhale, knee to the elbow, chin is looking towards the chest. Exhale, bring that knee back to the elbow. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, gaze to the center. And then inhale, extended. Now you're going to tap the knee over towards this right side. So when you're ready, breath in. And as you exhale, tap it over towards that right side, left side. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, bring it back over. Inhale, reaching nice and long. And then exhale, pulling it back in. Inhale, you'll extend the leg long. Exhale, cross your foot over towards this right side. Breathe in fully. Look over your shoulder, let that breath go. Another full breath in. Let that breath go. And then inhale, looking to the top of the mat. As you look to the top of the mat, bend that left knee behind your right knee, work the knees to the center of the mat, send the blades of your feet out to the edges, an inhale through our nose, and then we'll exhale, begin to bow down, letting our chest connect to the thigh. Those arms can slide back if you need to. Your chin can tuck towards the kneecap or even to your chest, whichever feels right for you. Flex your feet, pressing through the blades of the toes. Shift the weight slightly over towards that right side so that it's even through the right and the left side. 2 more inhales where you're at. Last one, make it full. Letting that breath go. Press the palms into the ground. Inhale, looking towards the top. Press the hands as you walk them so that the gravity takes over and you're resting now on your glutes. And if it's a little kerplunk, it's no big deal. Align those knees so that they're in line with the sternum once more. And then we'll inhale, sweep our arms up, relax the shoulders away from the ears, bend that left elbow, pat your back, grab the tip of the left elbow with your right hand. As you extend and open up to the tricep, breathe in and then exhale, look over towards your right side. Big belly breath in, big release out. On your next inhale, we'll begin to look forward once more. As we look forward, extending your left arm, right arm up towards the sky, down to the side, work the fingertips together behind your back, or let that right hand rest at the small of your back. Take a full breath in. If it feels good in your frame, exhale, bow it down. Your heart can come down towards the knee. Maybe just your belly is towards the knee. Your gaze can be forward, or you can gently bring the gaze towards the kneecap, whichever feels best. If you can't interlace the fingers, no big deal. Hold on to your shirt, or just let one hand rest on your back and the other one rest at the small of the back. One more inhale here. Let it go. When you're ready to rise up, take your time as you lift your spine, leaving your hands right where they are for just a moment. You'll slide your right hand to the small of the back. Inhale, lift that left arm up. Exhale, left hand comes back and around. Grab your elbows. And as you grab those elbows, you'll exhale, look over towards your left side. You might feel the tingling or the buzzing of your feet, and that's pretty normal, or maybe the buzzing is through the legs, and that's because we are constricting some of the blood flow through the leg as our legs are crossed here. Take a full breath in here. Let that breath go. Then inhale, take that gaze forward. As you take that gaze forward, inhale, those arms reach up. And as we exhale, we'll slowly release those fingertips down. As we release the fingertips down, just wiggle your hips right side to left side. Twist open towards your right side. As you twist open towards that right side, big inhale. And that big release out. You've got one more right here. Letting it go. As you take your next inhale, coming back to center, those arms come into that letter T. Now bend your elbows and you can windshield or washing machine, sweep the body right side to left side. When it's okay with your spine, lower your hands down to the ground. Again, you might want a catty corner. You may want to send the weight back and then return your knee, right knee down to the ground. As that right knee comes down to the ground, you'll extend and straighten that left leg behind you, hooking your right foot over towards that right edge of the mat, and then inhale, side plank with your left arm up. Press through the blade of your foot. Take this left hand towards the top of the mat, shoulders away from the ear. If you need to adjust your legs, adjust the legs. Feel this left hip push forward, but reach to the crown of the head. One more inhale here, and then exhale your breath. Inhale, look up, extend your arm up, lift and float this left leg off the ground if you'd like. When you're ready, either the knee into the chest or curl the heel in towards the glute. Bind if you're going to bind. And then take that little extension as your knee reaches away from the body. A breath in here. And that breath out. Keep that knee up instead of letting it dip down. If it dips down, bring your hand to your hip instead. One more inhale. And then exhale. As you take your next breath in, release, extend your arm and your leg. Drop the blade of your foot down, spin your hand down and around, hips point now back into neutral position, keeping that right knee bent, send this left leg out towards that left side. As that left leg goes out towards that left side, press to the blade of your foot, send your right foot just a tiny bit over towards that left edge, and then walk your palms if possible so that they're more in line with your frame. Rock back and forth. As you rock back and forth, decide when you're ready to either sink the hips back or keep the hips up and bring your forearms down. Both positions are appropriate. It just depends on which preference you have. Take 3 inhales here. You've got one more big inhale. Make it nice and long. Let your back expand so that those lungs fill up in all capacity. And then you'll exhale, let it all go. When you're ready, palms down to the mat, lift the hips up. As we lift our hips up, slide your left foot in, step your left foot in between the right and that left thumb. Adjust the knees, adjust your stance, put your peace fingers into the mat, looking forward, breath in, breath out. Now go ahead and bring your left hand to that left thigh, adjust the knee, bring that right hand to that left thigh, press to the top of your right foot, and then inhale, sweep those arms all the way up. Nice work, you guys. And then exhale, send the weight of the body forward, pull the elbow heads down, feel this right hip opening up or lengthening through the front. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, the hands will come down. They'll frame your left foot. Curl your right toes under, lift your right knee up. Stay here like you're about to take off running in a race or at a track. Leaving the right fingertips down, you can extend that left arm up towards the ceiling. Shoulders away from the ears, pressing to the blade of your foot. One more inhale. And then exhale, release the hands down. Drop that right knee down, slide this left foot back, come into that tabletop as you wiggle right side to left side. Working your way into plank on the knees, knees into the earth, send the weight of the body forward, bend those elbows slightly, exhale, lower your chest all the way down. As you lower your chest down, extend those arms, keep your arms and your elbows tucked in. Inhale, lift up for a baby cobra. Now in this baby cobra, I know we're pressing into our abdomen, push into your hip points. Feel your toes extend away from your body as your shoulders pull back and down. One more breath in. And then exhale, lower it down. Inhale, walk those thighs together if they separated. Curl your toes under. Inhale, plank onto your knees. To exhale, a child's pose, sending the knees out to the edges of your mat as you bow your chest down. Full breath in here. Full breath out. Another inhale here. Letting that one go. So you take your next breath in, press the palms into the ground, lift the hips up. As you lift your hips up, bring those knees back into a neutral position. Leave your right hand down on the mat and then inhale, that left arm reaches up. Pull the shoulders away from the ears and then exhale, thread the needle. Taking that left hand between your right thigh and that right arm, drop that left ear down to the mat. Keep the hips elevated nice and high. Reach to the crown of your head. If you want to cross your ankle, you can take that left foot, cross it over to the right side. And if not, just stay right where you're at. Press and reach to that right side with the left arm. If you need a little bit more, extend and lift your right arm up. Bend the elbow, bring your hands somewhere to the back or somewhere around this left hip instead. If you need a kickstand leg, you can extend your right foot out towards that right edge. Whatever feels most appropriate for you, what brings the most release or the sensation of wellness. 2 more inhales here. 1 more big breath in. Let that breath go. Now, if you have your arm bound behind you, go ahead and release, bringing the fingertips down to the mat. If you have your leg extended over towards that right side, gently begin to return your knee back down to the mat. Once you're back into that neutral position, press your right palm into the mat, lift your left ear up. Take your time as you unthread the needle and then take a few circles with your shoulder in each direction. If your ankles were crossed, release the crossing of your ankles and then return that left palm down to the mat. Wiggle the hips from side to side. Switching it out, left palm goes to the center. Inhale, that right arm goes out. And it doesn't have to go all the way up to the sky. It can be directly to the letter T. Whichever it is for you, you'll exhale, thread. So begin to take your arm over towards that left side between the body and your arm. Drop that right temple down, reach the crown of the head. Keep the hips tilted up. All those small little movements that you modified and took for yourself, make those same adjustments on this opposite side. Make sure you're breathing in complete long inhales, so don't let them get shallow. Keep them nice and long. Extend the leg, extend the arm, whichever position you need to come into so that you can feel that release through the shoulder. Inhale through your nose, releasing that low back as well. Letting that breath go. As you take your next breath in, really allow the crown to reach towards the top of the mat. Let that breath go. Now, if you have your leg and your arm extended, bring your palm back down to the mat and then curl that leg back in. When you're ready, press into that left palm, lift the ear up, extend that right arm out, and any shoulder circles that you'd like to take those shoulder circles. Come back to center, lowering the palm down and crossing the legs if they're crossed. Wiggle your hips if you need to, right side to left side. We're going to go ahead and curl all 10 toes under. As we curl all 10 toes under, lift your kneecaps off the ground for that downward facing dog. As you come into downward facing dog, begin to march or paddle your feet out, bending that right knee, straightening the left, back and forth. Let your head hang heavy, let it dangle. Pull your shoulders or retract them back. Pause in this downward facing dog. Maybe separate your feet about 2 fist width distance, maybe a little bit more. Full inhale here. Full exhale here. As you take your next breath in, lift those heels up nice and high. Bend your knees as generous as you'd like. Look to the thumbs. As you look to the thumbs, either walk forward for your forward fold or walk your hands back for that forward fold, either or. Exhale for your forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, a flat back. Exhale, release and drop all the way back down. Separate your feet hip width distance apart or maybe even greater today. Grab those elbows for ragdoll. Release the weight of the body from side to side. Breath in and that breath out. 1 more inhale here. And that exhale here.
Gently releasing your palms back down towards the mat. Walk your feet back towards one another. Take your time as you bring those legs back towards a neutral position. Anchor through the soles of the feet, bending both the right and the left knee. You'll inhale, begin to dome that spine as you rise up and circle sweep those arms all the way up towards the sky. Draw a breath in here. Exhale, pull the heads of your elbows down. Lift your heart up nice and high. Inhale, the arms reach back up. And then exhale, release those palms down to your sides. As the palms come down to your sides, just allow those shoulders to shrug back and forth and then reset. Inhale, circle sweep your arms all the way back up. Exhale, elbows pull down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, lowering those palms down to the mat. Stay here on your right foot. Take that left foot back. Spin the left blade into warrior two, aligning that right heel with the arch of your left foot. Bringing your right hand to your right thigh. Inhale, spin and cartwheel the arms so that they come into that letter T for warrior two. Press through the blade of your left foot. Adjust your stance and then look beyond your peace fingers on your right hand. Drop those shoulders down. So usually we have them up higher than we need. So relax them down. Drop the back hand down, flip that right palm. Inhale, reverse the warrior. As we reverse the warrior, you don't have to hyperextend the back. It's just about high-fiving that back wall. Now go ahead and bend your right elbow, pat your back. Bring your left hand up, grab the tip of the elbow. As we grab the tip of the elbow, slide the right fingertips down your back. Draw that breath in here. Let that breath go here. Inhale, those arms reach up. Exhale, back into your warrior two. From that warrior two, inhale, reverse it once more. And then exhale, take a little extended side angle. So release that right forearm to your right thigh. Lift that left arm up towards the ceiling. Start to spin your heart open. As you spin the heart open, allow this left hip to open up. Keep that right knee in line. One more inhale here. Let that breath go. On your next breath in, rise up, reversing that warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands, frame your front foot. So spin so that you're on the ball of that left foot. And as you spin so that you're on the ball of that left foot, drop that left knee down. Top of the left foot on the ground. Inhale, rise up for that low lunge. Exhale, your elbows pull down. Inhale, those arms reach up. And then exhale, hands come down. They'll frame that front foot. Send your left toes now over towards that right edge. As they come over towards that right edge, bring your right and your left hand towards that top left corner and exhale, bow it down. As you bow it down, reach to the crown of the head, pull your shoulders back. Breathe in through your nose here. Breathe out of your nose. We're getting deeper and deeper into the hip. One more inhale here. And exhale here. Inhale, start to rise back up. Walk your hands towards your big toe. As your hands come towards your big toe, set up for lizard pose. So your palms are now to the left edge of the mat or to that left side of your right big toe. Breathe in through the nose here. Breathe out of the nose. If you prefer to curl the left toes and lift that left knee, that's a variation of lizard. If you prefer the knee down, that's fine. If you prefer to bring the forearms down, that's another alternate option. Whichever feels right for you. Some people even like to take their right hand and bring that right hand to that right thigh, looking over the right shoulder, and maybe even peeling the foot off the mat so that you're on the blade of your right toes. And if not, it's wherever it feels right for you. One more breath in. Let that breath go. Wherever you are, returning the palms back down to the mat, bringing the knee back down towards the ground, walking your toes so that now you're framing your foot between your right and your left hand. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, half split as you straighten your right leg and you send the weight of the body back. Some people prefer that half split by sliding the heel all the way to the top of the mat. Some people prefer to walk their hips back. I'm somewhere in the middle, so you decide which feels best for you. Fingertips stay down on the mat. The gaze is towards the toes until you're ready to bend your elbows and bow your chest towards the thigh. One more inhale here. And exhale, just allowing that hamstring to release. And as our hamstring releases, it'll allow that low back, the hips to find a little more comfort within the frame. One more breath in and then that breath out.
On an inhale, rising back up, rebending that right knee, sole of the right foot down. Two different options. You're welcome to curl your back toes, lift that left knee, and step back into downward facing dog. That's an option. Or your other option is leave the knee down on the mat, slide your right foot behind you. As that right foot comes behind you, take a round or two of cat-cows. If you're in downward facing dog, inhale, roll into plank, drop your knees down. Now we're all together, and we'll exhale, lower our chest down. Inhale, we'll rise up for Cobra. If you prefer baby Cobra, stay in baby Cobra or skip it all together. A breath in and that breath out. On your breath in time, exhale, lower it down. Inhale, plank onto the knees, curling the toes, lifting the hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the heels up nice and high. Bending our knees generously, look forward, walk or step your feet in between your thumbs or to the back of the mat if you prefer, as you forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt it back down. And then inhale, reverse and rise. Slide those arms to the sides, dome your spine until you're ready to lift tall. Exhale, pull your elbows down. Inhale, lift it up high. And exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms down onto the mat, bend those knees, keep your left foot anchored, step your right foot back as your right foot steps back. Spin the blade for warrior two. Align the heel to the arch, press through the blade of your right foot. Bring your left hand to your thigh, and only when you're ready, inhale, cartwheel, and rise up for your warrior two. As you rise up for your warrior two, take your gaze through the left fingers, the peace fingers. Drop that back hand down, flip that left palm. Inhale, reverse it, high five that back wall, then bend the elbow, pat your back, bring your right hand up, grab the tip of the elbow, adjust your stance if you need to, shorten it, maybe even straighten the leg if that's more comfortable for you than staying bent. One more inhale here, letting that breath go. Then inhale, both arms reach up, we'll exhale, come back into warrior two. As you come back into warrior two, inhale, reverse it. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm on the thigh, right arm sweeps up. As that right arm sweeps up, pull the shoulders away from the ears, reach the fingertips actively up towards the ceiling. One last inhale here, feel the length through the side, let it go when you're ready. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel those hands, frame that left foot, spin so you're on the ball of your right foot, drop the knee down. Low lunge on your breath and time, whether the hands directly rise up towards the sky or your hands come to your thigh. You'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, elbow heads pull down. Inhale, those arms lift back up. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. Taking that variation, you'll spin your right toes to the left blade, bring right and left hand to that top left corner, right corner, and then exhale, bow it down. So we bow down. You're diving deeper and deeper into this left hip. One more inhale here. Letting that breath go. Lifting that chest up, sliding your hands so that they're on that big portion where your toes at. Spinning that right foot to the back of the mat. Find your lizard variation. So if it's curling the toes and lifting the knee, that's fine. If it's keeping the knee down on the mat, that's perfectly fine as well. Forearms can be down. If you took the twist, leave your right hand down, bring that left hand to your left thigh. As that left hand comes to your left thigh, look over the shoulder if you're there. If you're not, if you're there, if you'd like. If you're there and it feels good. Whichever it is for you. One more inhale. And exhale. If your hand is on the thigh, bring those palms back down to the mat. If your knee is off the mat, bring it back down towards the ground. As you do this, walking your toes in between your right and your left thumb. Take that half split as you shift the weight of the body back, straightening your left leg. Exhale, bow it down. Exhale, release. Let the chest come onto the thigh. Take that gaze to your toes. If you take your chin towards your chest, you're not going to feel it as much on that hamstring. So that release is really for our hamstring. If you slid your heel forward, you might feel it a little more intense. If you slid back, you may feel it a little more intense. Again, I'm just somewhere in the middle. Last belly breath in here. Last belly breath out. Inhale, we begin to lift up, returning the sole of that left foot down to the mat. Curl your right toes, lift that right knee, and then walking your left toes beyond the edge of your mat. Take a breath in, looking forward. Yogi Squat. As you slowly step this right foot to the top of the mat, and it can take a couple of steps. That's okay. Bend your knees, sit the hips low, lowering the body down to the ground in that Yogi Squat. Nice. If you want to come onto the bum, come onto the bum. If you need to be up a little higher, be up a little higher. If you have a block or a chair, the edge of a chair you can sit on, go ahead and go there. Lift your chest up nice and high. Use your elbows to open up those inner thighs. Some people like to extend the arms out, and that's fine. Others like to place the tips of the fingers down to the mat. It's 100% your call. Just make sure that the sensations feel good and there's no discomfort in your body. One more breath in and out. If you can stay here, just another inhale or two, you're welcome to do so. If you're ready to come onto your bottom, then slowly release your fingertips down and maybe let your bum kerplunk down. Or if you need to tilt the hips up, tilt those hips up, and then you can walk your feet together if you prefer. If you're here in that forward fold, that's fine. Bend your knees, lower those knees down to the mat, sweep the legs in one direction, then the opposite, and then let yourself return to your bottom. As you come to your bottom, return the body so that you're now resting your back on the mat. As your back comes to the mat, either feet are resting on the ground and your windshield wipering to release that low spine, or if you prefer, tuck those knees in towards your chest and rock side to side. Let yourself come back to center, and as you come back to center, grab the blades of your feet for a little happy baby. Play in this position. Maybe the toes come together and the knees go out, or you allow your legs to extend like a long V or a big V or half a V. When you're ready to release, let your legs go up towards the ceiling. Let your hands either rest down to the glutes by your sides, or let those palms rest on your thighs, whichever feels right. Feel the natural weight of your body resting on the mat. Drawing a breath in and that breath out. Bend those knees in towards your chest. Lower the sole of that left foot down. Cross your right leg over for a little figure four, pigeon on the ground. Flex the right toes. Pull that left knee up. Wrap your hands around your left hamstring. If you'd like to stay here in your figure four, stay here for another few inhales and exhales. If you prefer to take that half compass spine, just release your hamstring and let the left foot come down to the mat, and then keep your right leg where it's at. Take your hands and hook it. As you hook your hands underneath the calf, then you can allow yourself to wrap your fingertips around the shin bone, and the knee might not be completely parallel or the leg parallel to your chest, but it's somewhat parallel. So allow you to open up a little more. You can also extend that left leg nice and long, or that left leg can go up. It's up to you. A breath in and a breath out. If you're still in figure four, you're finalizing that last inhale and that last exhale. And then we're all coming into a half happy baby. So we'll release the left foot down, grab the blade of our right foot, send the right knee towards our armpit, and then just hang on to the foot. So we're allowing the hip to open up a little bit more. You might feel it through the top of your thigh as well. You might feel it along the hamstring or the glute. One more inhale and then exhale. When you're ready, release. Extend that leg up, lowering the sole of your right foot down. You can windshield wiper your legs right side to left side. Crossing that left foot over. When you're ready, thread the needle. Draw the right knee in towards your chest. Hands wrap around your hamstring. Flex those left toes. Stay here for another breath or two if you prefer to stay there, or take that half compass, releasing the hamstring, allowing yourself to hook your hands, your arms underneath this left leg, drawing the left leg closer towards the body, or even the knee out towards that left edge, just getting into the hip and that low spine and our glutes. Finalize another 2 inhales here, and then we'll all take that half happy baby together. So letting go of the half compass or the figure 4, grab the blade of your left toes with that left hand, bring that left knee towards your armpit. Feel yourself squeezing through the hip. Then find that softness. On an inhale, you'll release that half happy baby, extending those legs up towards the sky, just releasing the hamstrings by taking your hands from the glutes up to the calves, or maybe even the toes, and back and forth. Then draw those knees in towards your body at a 90-degree angle, arms cactus or T out, a breath in, and we'll exhale, twist open towards that right side. So release the knees to the right edge. Another inhale here. Letting it go. Gaze back up towards the ceiling. Inhale back to center. Exhale, the knees fall over towards that left side. Either continue to look towards the left. Maybe you begin to look up, and then perhaps even to that right side. Releasing when you're ready, returning back to center. Give yourself a nice squeeze, tuck everything in nice and tight. Letting go or finding any other pose, any other position that your body is still craving. Otherwise, finalizing our practice as we come into Shavasana. Legs extend out to the corners of the mat in a wide V. Arms are to our sides, toes are soft, fingertips are soft, and we'll all take a big cleansing breath in together. Open mouth sigh, let it go. Allow yourself comfort, peace, ease in the body. Enjoying these next moments as a gift that you gave yourself this morning when you decided to set foot on your mat. May it cradle you. May you feel safe and secure here. And deciding if you need to spend a few more moments here in your restful state, in this place of rejuvenation, or if you're ready to lift and rise up, you'll begin by drawing that full breath in through your nose, letting that breath go, inviting that movement back into your body as you wiggle your fingers, your toes, wrist, and ankles. Let your head move side to side. Either take that big good morning stretch or tuck yourself into a small ball, whichever you prefer, or a combination of both. And then you'll exhale, release, and roll over towards that right side. You can even rest your head on your right bicep for a breath in and a breath out. And then begin to lift and rise up into a comfortable seat on your time, facing anywhere you'd like, whether it's to your screen or it's to something else you've set up for yourself. As you arrive in this comfortable state, let your palms come into prayer and at your heart space. As the hands rest at our heart space, we'll close our eyes all together. We'll inhale through our nose. And we'll open mouth sigh, letting that breath go, bowing to ourselves, bowing to this journey and to one another. The divine in me salutes and honors the divine love and light in each of you. Thank you for being a part of my day. You have a wonderful Friday from my heart to your heart. Namaste.